Hey guys, Craig Miller from 6'7 The Score, 6'7thescore.com. I'm here with professional fighter Jonathan Banks. Jonathan has been trained by Emanuel Steward. He recently has trained Vladimir Klitschko and recently knocked out Seth Mitchell. You were supposed to have a rematch versus Seth. What happened, and when do you think you'll fight again?
Well, I sort of have a rematch against Seth, but ended up breaking my thumb in training camp. Actually, the last week of training camp, so I was really upset about that. But can't do nothing about it, so I got to move forward with it. Hopefully, the thumb heals up soon. I got maybe another 6 weeks. 6 weeks to go through back and forth through therapy. Got to keep the little splint on it, and I'm hoping to get in. The latest, actually, we'll want to get in the ring is June, but it may be May. Who knows?
Okay. You know, you had a very interesting last couple of years. When Emanuel passed, you took over as trainer to Vladimir Klitschko, and then that same year you beat Seth Mitchell, and just a great performance. You knocked him out in the second round. Can you talk about that year training Vladimir and fighting, and that basically a 6-month time frame?
Actually, it was the highest level of 3 months in my entire life, because you got the one of the months is that Emanuel actually goes. We actually get deep in detail about Emanuel's condition in the hospital.
Right.
And then in that same month, I'm flying overseas as a trainer to Vladimir Klitschko. Also in the same month, I'm agreeing to fight Seth Mitchell. Actually, a week after Vladimir Klitschko's fight. So I trained Vladimir for November 10th, and I fight November 17th. But the strangest thing about it is in between the 10th and the 17th, I come to Detroit from Germany to bury Emanuel. Once we bury Emanuel, then after that, I leave to go to Atlantic City. So it was an emotional roller coaster. It was a 3-month emotional roller coaster. But I was able to get through it, and it was both fights. I won both fights, and I was able to be successful, and I was very overly excited about that.
Right. You know, since Emanuel passed, the Chronic Gym has kind of been, real spread out all over the place. I interviewed Sugar Hill a couple of days ago. He's at the Bad Boy Gym right now. But what is your ultimate goal? Are you guys trying to reestablish the Chronic Gym? And when do you think you'll have it set up?
Well, first of all, as of right now, I don't have an idea of when. But I just would like to. I'm taking it upon myself. I mean, I'm with Sugar Hill, whatever he does with the Chronic Gym. Hopefully, it'll be one that will be open soon. But right now, I would like to call it being, for right now, it's being mobile right now. Mm-hmm. I would like to think the things that I'm doing is pumping up the Chronic Gym. Me being the trainer of Vladimir, me being the only fighter in history that's a trainer of the heavyweight champion, and a week later won his own heavyweight title himself. And I like to think everything I'm doing is a lift up for the Chronic Gym, and it's a dedication to Emanuel.
Why did it shut down in the first place? I know that there were some break-ins, and it wasn't in the greatest area. You can tell me why it shut down so quickly?
Well, honestly, I really don't know why. It wasn't never any break-ins in that particular gym. Mm-hmm. No matter how rough the neighborhood was, as long as the Chronic Gym was open, no one ever broke in it. For some reason, I don't know why that is, but no one ever broke in it. But it seemed like as soon as he closed his eyes, the family decided to close that gym. I guess they were trying to prevent something or whatever they have you. I don't know. It was up to them to do it. I was overseas at that moment training Vladimir. So I honestly, if I was home, I would have had more details, but I wasn't home. I didn't know exactly the details of what happened.
What's the future of Vladimir and Vitaly Klitschko? Do you think will they ever get beat anytime soon? Until they retire, the heavyweight division hasn't been really on the map. Can it be eventually put back on the map? And what's your future as well in the heavyweight division?
Well, first to answer your question, of course the heavyweight division. It's only take one punch, one round, one fight for the whole division to be back on the map. Because it should be proven, because even me, myself, I wasn't under nobody's map. I was under anybody had a radar. They didn't have Jonathan Banks on their radar. You know what I'm saying? I was almost lost and forgotten type of thing, or never even heard of type of thing. But it took one fight to be on everybody's radar, to be on everybody's hit list. So the heavyweight division, boxing always will be able to come back because it's been around for so long. And for us, Vladimir Vitaly, I talked to both of them the other day. Vitaly, unsure what he's going to do. Will he fight? Won't he fight? Is unsure. And it's kind of irking me and Vitaly, me and Vladimir right now because we don't know. But Vladimir, he wants to continue to fight. And he's staying in tremendous shape. The guy is really talented. And he can reign for a very long time. But my future in the division is to have a future in the division. I do want to be heavyweight champion of the world. And I will be one day. I will be heavyweight champion of the world. I don't know how soon either one will retire, or I don't know if that's going to be a stumbling block for me because they're there and I'm so close to them and I'm the trainer of the brother. Will that be a problem for me? I don't know. But when my time comes, I know everything will on time come. When my time comes, I do plan on stepping up, taking the world title.
Right. But you would never fight either one of them. There's no chance. I'm sure you've been asked this plenty of times. You would never fight them?
As of right now, today, in February, me sitting on the couch on Sunday with you, no, I wouldn't.
Okay. I've worked with Mike Saracola, who has worked with Emanuel Stewart, the Chronic vs. Chicago thing, which was real cool. He had it at the El Rey Ballroom last year. Do you see that as an annual thing and to continue, and how did it go? I know Sugar Hill was a little bit disappointed that Chicago beat him up pretty good the past year, but I think overall Detroit's gotten the better of Chicago.
Yeah, I agree. Detroit gotten the better, but it's been back and forth. It's been a back and forth battle. But whether it be a yearly thing, I don't know. But one thing, it should be done. Something should be done in boxing to the point where it should be a permanent legacy for Emanuel. Someone who dedicated their life for over 50 years to the sport of boxing. It should be something done as a permanent mark, saying that everyone comes up, the people who's not even born yet, need to, when they come up to get to a certain level, they need to read about this guy named Emanuel Stewart. Because when someone steps out the box and plays a significant role in the sport and stands out and becomes so successful in that sport, then therefore I think other people, it should be something that should leave as a permanent mark in boxing. Because if you look at anybody who tried to win this WBC title, they will see the picture of Joe Louis on there. They see a picture of Muhammad Ali on there. They played a significant role in the sport of boxing. And anyone who does that, I really believe something should be done. I think they're saying right here in Detroit, they're trying to put a statue figure, something like that, for Emanuel. And they should. And they also need to name something after him. Like the Cobo Arena should be the Emanuel Stewart Center.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
They need to name something after him because he really institutionalized so much in Detroit. There wouldn't have been the Tommy Hearns if it wasn't for Emanuel Stewart.
Right.
He would have been something, but he wouldn't have been a legend like that he was.
I'm from Chicago. I work for 670 The Score, CBS Radio. There seems to be such a lack of promotion in Chicago. I don't know how Detroit has been. The fights were great last night. The crowd was pretty good. Why can't we ever see a big main event in Chicago? I think the last one was with Andrew Golota, and that was 2 years ago. All the problems with him with the famous low blows. But do you ever think there'll be a big main event, maybe like the United Center where the Bulls play in Chicago?
It should be. Chicago never been lack of talent. They've never been lack of guys willing to perform, whether in basketball, football, or even boxing. So I just think it's a matter of finding someone they can stick to. Finding a guy they can stick to, that can perform, that can, once everyone gets to know him, putting publicity behind him, once everyone gets to know him, start filling the arenas, and then you will have boxing back live in Chicago like it used to be.
Great talking with you. I hope you heal up. When do you think you're going to fight next?
I'm hoping the next fight would be either mid-May or early June. That's what I'm pushing for.
Okay. Jonathan Banks, professional fighter, Klitschko's trainer, and recently defeated Seth Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you.